Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. I am so excited because I have here with me a new palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. I cannot wait to play with this. You can see it's like inspired by Edward Scissorhand, which I love. I think that's such a fun theme. I have tried Wicked Widow once in the past, but when they showed this color story and said that this had new formulas, I'm like, I have to have that. I have to have that. Look at this color story. We are going to swatch it. We are going to play with it. I'm going to let you know my thoughts on this palette. We're going to have a good time. And if you're new here, I want to say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I do upload lots of new videos every single week, so I hope that you will subscribe before you leave today. But I cannot wait to play with this palette, so let's jump into it. So jumping right in, Wicked Widow is a indie brand. I saw this palette on Instagram and I was immediately like, yes, I'm gonna purchase that palette. I need this color story. Let me show you a close-up of the palette. Let me show you swatches of this palette so that you can see how it all looks. I think this color story is so fun, and Wicked Widow did ask me if they could send me this palette, and I was like, yes, I was planning to buy it. So they sent me this palette, and I do have an affiliate code with the brand as well. My code is Heather. If you're interested in this one, I think this is such a gorgeous color story. I'm really excited to get it on the eyes. I like that all the pans in here are like removable, so I could rearrange them if they want to. I think that is really nice. I'm gonna leave my palette as is because I think this is a beautiful color story, but you know, if I ever want to rearrange it, I can. And I think that's pretty cool. I also really like that we have a nice big mirror in here. And what I kind of want to do today is just test this palette out, see how it goes, create a look, you know, just play with some makeup. So I am going to have this palette linked down below for y'all if y'all want to check this brand out. Everything will be in the description box. Like, as much information as I can put in the description box will be there. Like, I try to fill it up, so definitely check there if you have any questions. I'm gonna put on some eyeshadow primer. I'm going to zoom y'all in and we will create a look. Okay, so I put on my eyeshadow primer. I always use an eyeshadow primer. I used my Sigma Eye Base in Ignite, and I think I'm gonna have to do two looks. Like, this is it's not a huge palette, but we do have 16 shades in here. So I don't want to just do one look first impression. I definitely want to do a second look. But for today, what I'm thinking is maybe we will kind of play with the olive and the burgundy. I feel like overall when I look at this palette, the greens, the blues, the purples stick out to me. So I kind of want to play with these two shades first. So I'm going to start with like a two-toned crease, starting with Blend and Blend. And then in the outer corner, I'll go in with Scars. And I'm going to be using Sigma brushes. I do have a favorites set with Sigma right now, just if anybody is looking for brushes, but also, if you're curious, that's what I'm going to be using. Okay, so I'm taking that matte, and first I'm just going to kind of press it into the crease, above the crease, below the crease, and just kind of blend. I'm not worried about taking it out here because that's where we're going to put that Scars shade. So right now I'm just going to keep this right in here. And I feel like this is really easy to blend. Like, you can see how easy that is. I'm not having any harsh lines or anything like that. I'm not having to really work with it. It's just applying super duper easily. Okay, now I have the shade Scars, and I want to see, because this is a deep shade in the palette, That looks good, right? Like that's deep and that's pigmented and not patchy. I mean, right now I'm just patting it on. Let's see what happens when we blend. Ooh, okay. Oh, that makes me so happy. Because there is nothing that I hate more than when you have like a beautiful deep dark shade in a palette. It's a matte. You're like so excited. You're like, yes, this is gonna give me some depth. And then you put it on and it's like half the depth that it looks in the pan, and it's patchy and you're trying to build and it's getting crumbly. This is so beautiful. Like, yes, this is living up to my expectation. Like you see, I'm not worried about blending down here, you know, because we're going to cover that up because we've got some beautiful shimmer shades to play with. But like y'all see how easy of a time I'm having blending that, right? Like that's so pretty. Oh, yay. Yay, yay, yay. The mattes are working. Okay, I'm loving the way the olive and this purpley burgundy type of shade look together. I think it's so fun. And listen, it would be beautiful just to take this deeper color under the lower lash line or this more olive shade under the lower lash line. I just want to add more though. It would be so pretty though. You could definitely keep it simple and just keep these two. Definitely. But I really like, I just think this blue is going to add such an interesting pop to the lower lash line. You may be watching like, Heather, don't do it. Don't put that bright blue, but I just want to, okay? I think this blue is going to be so pretty with these two mattes. And I'm just going to... Oh, that's pretty. Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy I did that. Now, this is just going on top. Like, I don't have any under eye primer on. I have on, like, my concealer, and then I've set it with powder. So, this is not going on top of eyeshadow primer, and I like that. I really like the way that that blue looks next to that purple, burgundy, whatever you want to call it, wine shade, I don't know. I'm going to make sure they blend fine right out here in this outer corner. Oh, I love these three mattes together. Okay, that gives me joy and happiness. It really does. Oh, I like those two shades together. Okay, so I'm thinking what we're gonna do on the lid. We have a lot of options, and these like shimmers, these shifty shades, I would say some of these are probably duochromes. I mean, you saw in the swatches. I think I'm trying to decide what I want to do. You see me where I'm like, I think maybe what we're gonna do. Let me make a decision. I kind of want to go in with this all over the lid, but then I also really want to play with one of these greens. So let's go in with this shade right here, Neighborhood. And I really want to put this kind of all over the lid. I think that will be really, really pretty. And I am going to go in with my Karla Fix Potion. It's like an eyeshadow primer, glitter glue, glitter adhesive. It's not just for glitters though, like it's for multiple different things, but I kind of want to put that down all over the lid because these do, like this one does feel really nice, really soft, and you can spray your brush, you can go in with your finger, you can use like a Fix Potion like I am, whatever your preference is. I like to use the Fix Potion when I want the most like wham, bam, in your face intensity, so that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's take that shade. That's intense, right? Pretty. Okay. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Wow. All right, I'm just going to press that all over the lid. I'm not going to take it out and completely cover that dark matte scars that we have on the outer corner. I want that to stay matte. Wow, that is really beautiful. Like, that is so intense. I am very much into that. That is gorgeous. Are you kidding me? That's really beautiful. Okay. All right. I really, really like that. Okay, I have to quit saying, wow, look, oh, I like that. Because I do. Like, that is so sparkly and intense. I'm really, really, really enjoying that. I can go out and just make sure we're nice and blended here. And then I can go and make sure that I don't cover up all of that blend and blend completely, because I did take that sparkle shade up pretty high because that's so beautiful. Okay, for the inner corner, we don't have a ton of light shades. Like, we have this light shade up here, but I think that this one's gonna be really, really pretty. This one is, I said there are some duochromes in here, but you might even say this is like a multi-chrome, yeah? It's like a blue, purple, silvery brown. I'm just gonna use that on the inner corner. This would be a beautiful lid shade as well because of the shift. The more surface area you put it on, the more you're gonna see. But I just want to use it as an inner corner highlighter because it is so sparkly. That's gorgeous. Okay, I know we only used, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades for this look, but I feel like that's all this look needs. I don't want to just layer on shadows just for the sake of saying I used more shadows. I like the way these 5 shades are looking together. So I'm going to finish up the other eye. I'm going to put on some liner and a lash. Yeah, this look calls for a lash. I definitely think so. And then I will be right back. All right, y'all, here is the finished look. I'm so impressed with the new formula. I think this look is so cool. I'm so into it. I mean, I knew I liked the color story of the palette, but I was very curious if I was gonna like these formulas. And the 3 mattes I played with, beautiful. The 2 shimmer shifty type shades, beautiful. The color that I have all over the lid is not like a shift, but that color on the inner corner, I can definitely see a shift. So when I started, I was kind of thinking we would just do one look, we would test out this palette, we would swatch it, we would try it, first impression style, but I really want to play with these purples. I really want to play with these purples. These are so beautiful. Let me tell you what else I used for this look. I'm wearing, I just put a blue eyeliner in my lower waterline. This is the shade Time in the Milk makeup eyeliner, and then I just put black liquid liner on top, and then I put on some Kiss Meredith Duxbury lashes, the collab they did. All the lashes I've tried from that collab have been bangers for real, but these are the angel eyelashes, and I really like these. This is my first time wearing them, and I think they're so fluttery and long and pretty, and I like that. I'm wearing my, whoops, I'm wearing my Sigma bronzer. For blush, I have on Odin's Eye Solmon Sunlight Love blusher in the shade Sunset Clouds. So kind of this matte mauve blush. And then I'm wearing Lavender Dream Solmon Moonlight Feel highlighter from Odin's Eye. This, I loved all of the Odin's Eye colorful highlighters, but this one is definitely my favorite shade. And then my lip color is just ABH Raisin Lip Liner with Fenty Cream Gloss Balm in Mauve Waves. So that's what I have on the rest of my face. I really like this look. I've had this look on for maybe 30 minutes now, because I just wanted to see, am I going to get any creasing? And I never do with the Karla Fix Potion. And usually if my shadows crease, they're going to crease pretty quickly. But I was like, you know what? Let me do a couple of other things and then let me come back and just really make sure I have no creasing. And I don't. They are looking great. I am so into this look. I feel so great. I wish I had somewhere cool to go to, but I don't, and that's okay. But we're gonna do another look. We have to do another look. I want to play with this palette some more. So these are my first impression thoughts. And yeah, we'll wait a little bit. Well, for you, it's gonna be right now. Let's just jump into the second look. Okay, y'all. I absolutely loved the first look so much. I want to do another look, and I really want to play with these purple mattes and more of these shimmer duochrome multi-chrome shades because they're so pretty. So I primed my eyes with my Sigma Eye Primer, and what I want to do, so the first look I did like two-toned crease. This time I want to start with the darkest matte, and I want to put that kind of all in the crease, and then I want to buff it out. So I'm going to start with this shade right here, Mansion, and then I want to buff it out with Peg. This is a really pretty purple shade. So again, I'm just using my Sigma brushes, and I'm going to make sure I don't have any creases in my eye primer. I do have lots of like creases and folds in my eye. So I like to make sure that when I go in with my shadow, I'm not going on top of any creases, because that's just going to defeat the whole purpose of having the eye primer in the first place. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to y'all. I just totally went in with the light shade first when I wanted to go in with the deep shade first. This is what happens when I'm just talking to y'all, grabbing makeup. That's okay though. It's really okay. It's all right. We'll just start with this shade first, and then we'll go in with the deeper shade. I mean, that is really a pretty purple though, isn't it? Like, you saw how pigmented it was. I'm not having to work to blend. Like, oh, this is really good. Okay, so we're pivoting our plan since I didn't do what I said I was gonna do at first, and now I'm going into that dark purple shade, Mansion, and I'm just gonna build that up in this outer corner out here. Nice and pigmented, just what I wanted. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going for now, not what we started off going for. But it's working, it's working, it's very pretty. So after I put that purple in the outer corner, I mean, that was not hard to blend whatsoever. But I am gonna take this clean brush, and I'm just going to buff along top to make sure I have a nice, seamless blend. Seamless enough for me, let me put it that way. I love a good messy makeup look, but I do want to blend just a little bit more. Okie dokie. What we're going to do now, I've gone back and forth. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? And you know what? I really want to play with this shade right here and this shade right here. We're going to fit both of these on the lid. That's what we're going to do. So I have Secret Visitor, which is like a blue to green. And then I have Mysterious, which is another different blue to green. Okay, so since I used the Karla Fix Potion, it worked beautifully. The shadow didn't crease. I didn't notice anything weird. It was looking amazing. I'm not going to use the Karla Fix Potion for this look, but I am going to spray my brush because look at me. My face is done. I don't want a lot of fallout, and I know myself, I'm not studying like being precise. Like, that's just not me. That's just not my vibe. And I can be a bit messy, but I don't want messy like in terms of like chunks of blue on my face. So I'm gonna spray my shadow. It also helps just with the intensity of your shadow. I love All right, so I'm gonna keep this one. This is Secret Visitor. Oh, that's really pretty. It's like a blue to green, but it's like a really pretty blue. Not like a cobalt, but almost like a lagoon at nighttime, you know? I know you know exactly what I mean. That's how I would describe this shade. This is really, really pretty, and y'all see the intensity there too, right? Like that's just okay. All right, Wicked Widow Beauty, whatever you have in the works, whatever is coming next in these formulas, put your girl down for one, because this is so pretty. Let me see. I should have washed my brushes, but I haven't. So let me see. Okay, yeah, I have another one. Okay, now I'm going into Mysterious. Ooh, yeah, that's definitely shifty too, but at a glance, it's coming off way more green when I look up, which we love to see that. I really, maybe on Instagram, I can post swatches in the sun. I have not had the sun on my side for swatches lately, but maybe sometime in the next few days, the sun will come out and I can swatch this, and maybe I can post that over on Instagram or something, or TikTok, or, you know, everything's always linked down below. But those two shades are so flippin' beautiful together. I'm feeling it. I am loving what we have going on. Like, I am loving this. Loving it so much. I want to now go in with this green shade, Garden. This is going to be our lower lash line shade, I think. I think that's going to be really cool. And then I want to use the... Oh, okay. Okay, Trio Chrome, Multi-Chrome, white, pink, purple, blue. That's going to be on our inner corner. And I promise, I'm going to wash my brushes. I'm going to wash my brushes. Did y'all notice? I don't even think I pointed out. The mattes in this palette have scissors, like, embossed in the pan. We love to see that. I love a good detail in a shadow. And having the scissors, like, that's pretty on theme. I love that. Okay, so I've got that green stamped on. Really nice, really pretty. And now let me go in with that multi-chrome. That's so pretty. Okay. Yeah, that looks cool. All right. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let me do a liner. I mean, this is basically the finished look, but you know, I'm going to add liner and a lash and all that stuff. And then I will come back and we'll see how it really came together. And I'll tell you what I am thinking of this palette. I want to kind of get my thoughts together, you know? Okay, here is the finished look. I'm so into it. I really, really enjoyed using this palette. The mattes were super easy to work with. The shimmers speak for themselves. When I say shimmer, I mean anything other than the matte, the shimmers, the multi-chromes, the duochromes, the sparkly shades. There are no pressed glitters in here. I'm sure you could tell that from the swatches, but I do like to let you know, just in case you were wondering, like, maybe that was a pressed glitter. It just swatched amazing. No pressed glitter in this palette. I think this packaging is super adorable. Definitely on theme for the Scissorhands theme. I was trying to think of another word other than theme, but super duper cute. So you can see it's like about the size of my hand. And then I just think, you know, they knocked it out of the park when it comes to this color story. I really like the selection of mattes that they chose. We have some beautiful mid-tone shades. We have some beautiful shades to deepen things up with. I like the shimmers. I love that we have a light, bright shimmer. I really, really enjoy that. I think it's really cool that you can move the shades around if you want to. That's always a huge plus for me. I don't like to do that, but I know a lot of y'all do. So I always like to point that out when I remember. But I think this palette too is laid out in a way that would be very user friendly. So each row has 2 mattes and then 2 other shades. So if you don't know what to do, you can just stick to the 4 rows. Same with the columns. Each column has 2 mattes and 2 other shades. You can stick with quads if you want to. It's just a really smart layout. I really appreciate that. If you get stuck, you're in a rut, you don't know what to do with your makeup, of course, I'm always here with some color inspiration, as well as tons of other people here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Get inspired to use different things, but I do think having the palette laid out in the way that it is makes it very easy to create and play when maybe you're just in a rut. You know, of course you can jump around the palette and do whatever you want, but I just think that the layout was super duper smart. So again, I will link this down below. Of course, I will have my affiliate code Heather in the description box too, in case you want to use it. You don't have to use it. I just like to let y'all know. I am wearing black eyeliner and Lilly lashes in the style Mykonos. I'm wearing my Sigma Beauty bronzer. For blush and highlight, I have on my ADEPT Cosmetics Stella Face Trio glowy blush and highlight today. I feel like a glowy look. And then my lips are the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Cream in the shade Iris. So it's the one that's in like the pink metallic packaging. Love this formula. It was in my yearly favorites. So yeah, that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see y'all very soon in another video. Bye.